Yo, what's going on, people of Cherokee County? Big Matt and Diamond Dean is in the house. We appreciate everybody for tuning in. We got another week, Dean, coming right on live here.
Good week.
It is. What's going on today?
Oh, nothing much. Just been taking it easy today. What about you?
Yeah, I had some running around do and things like that. And
I went grocery shopping.
yeah, we're going to have to probably do that later.
Got me some Kaneka.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, we don't do advertising for Kaneka, but if you ever get a chance, eat some of that Kaneka. What do you say?
Yeah, got to have mustard with it.
A little different, but it's good.
It is.
But a great weekend of football.
I know, man.
Ended up being, it wasn't supposed to be a good day yesterday, but it ended up being pretty good.
Yeah, there was Spotify, Applecast people. Appreciate y'all tuning in with us. We're getting kicked off here. Looking at the schedule, from last week, looking ahead, we thought, well, there ain't going to be a lot of games.
Terrible day.
Bama and Mercer and, Auburn and who'd they play?
Auburn, Alabama State.
I know. So,
that's a beat down.
We just thought there wouldn't be a lot of games. But, as the day went on, Oregon, Ohio State, we knew that was going to be a good game.
That kind of started it off.
Yeah. So that kind of got things going. And, of course, the night ended. We're going to talk about the Jacksonville State and Florida State game. I watched it, and
I missed that.
I just can't hardly believe what happened.
Can I say one thing before we get into that? He caught that at the 20.
Yeah. They just overrun him. He just cut back across the middle.
They had two chances to tackle him. Man, that had to. Norval thought, well, he's caught it, but we've got him tackled.
Yeah.
And wow, huge win for JSU, though. Wow.
Yeah, that sets the bar high. Now you got to settle them back down and then go out and play next week. So we'll thank our sponsors. Before we do, Dean, we had September 11th was this past weekend. So we always want to give honor and respect to our all the first responders and ambulance and fire department, police officers, and people that give their time. This is a time to kind of thank them, which we should every day. But a lot of people lost their lives.
3,000. I read that number Friday. I didn't realize it was that high.
Yeah, a lot of people, a lot of things, that day changed kind of how things were. How we kind of seen things. So our hats off and much love and respect to them. God bless them. We pray for them and our country as we continue to maybe strive to get back to just respecting each other.
Yeah, you're right.
That's all I ask for. Our sponsors this week, guys. Of course, we want to thank JR and April McKenzie, Cherokee Eye Clinic. They've been on there with us since forever and always. Kevin's Lawn Landscaping. He's really busy. He's got a lot of stuff going on. Check him out. Free estimate. Scott Lloyd's Legal Service. Go see him up there on Main Street. Got to see him at ball game the other night. Warrior Gym. Yeah, they've been with us forever and ever. I went there this morning, worked out a little bit and stuff. And you can get us anywhere, any of the Applecast, YouTube, Instagram. Find us. And our new guy come on, Corey, the Colbert Law Firm up there. Go holler at them. You got anything going on. Corey can help you out. Got to see him the other night at the Galesville game. So
he's their stat man, isn't he?
Yeah. So
let me give a shout out. Tyler Blaylock.
Hey.
I'll coach with him. We got a big one this week. This is do or die. We go to the playoffs. If we win, if we don't, we're probably out.
Yeah.
I hate those games like that.
I know. Puts a lot of pressure on the kids.
Neely Pack, Wynn Nance, Namath Pitts, Kevin Moore. Glad to see y'all on.
Absolutely. Namath and Kevin, and we always like to stay in touch with them. Them are guys that are in touch with the high school scene, and they know what's going on.
They do.
I guess we always usually start with local stuff, but we'll mention today we're going to talk about the Big 12. Dean, they're going to add some teams.
Okay.
We've read some news on that. We'll share that with you in a little bit. Back 12. Looking okay.
Better this year.
Yeah, Oregon, UCLA, maybe taking the year off last year, got them already.
Utah, Colorado nearly beat A&M yesterday.
BYU is part of this conversation, so the Big 12, that's somebody there. We'll get into that later. And of course, our Player of the Week, we'll share that when we get through with our local stuff. So, thank you guys for hanging out with us today, man. It's just another day. We're going to share some news about what we've seen and games we went to. So we'll kick it off with Dean went to the Anniston and Warriors game up here at Warrior Stadium, Bobby Joe Johnson Field.
That was a good one.
The turf got rolled out, and Coach Kelly and the guys put a plan together. And I'd seen them at practice of the week, and they look crisp, man. They look good at practice. So I think a good practice week reflects.
Huge win. Huge win. And Anniston was good, too. I mean,
number 4 in 4A.
7.
Seven, okay.
7 and 4A.
And nobody had picked center to win.
No. Their receiver, Alabama signee, Antonio Kite, he made a great play early in the game. They went up 6-0, but center drove down. Same stuff. Ramsey.
Damien.
And, he gets
LaMichael
hit.
runs the ball. CJ runs the ball.
Right.
And
Damien gets hit at the line and gains 8 yards. It's ridiculous. I guarantee you, they rushed for 300 yards the other night, and 100 of them came after contact. And Hopper was still in then. Hopper didn't do anything wrong. He threw 3 passes, completed 1, had a real good throw in the end zone, but I think maybe it was Kite that broke it up.
Knocked it down. Just good coverage.
And they went to a Wildcat set with Gresham. And second play, he rips off a 40-yarder. Third play, he rips off a 20-yarder. So it was a difference. I mean, it was. And they stepped up. Defense stepped up. But he had 146 yards.
Yeah. Total yards tonight, what did they have overall? What was it?
It's 4-0. Let me look this. Hold on.
403. That's what you said, maybe?
No, Aniston had 409.
Yeah.
And center had 317.
317. So I guess they made more big plays than Aniston, basically. That's what it boils down to.
Yeah, Aniston had some penalties, some 15-yarders that hurt him.
Okay.
There was an interception. Gresham had an interception. I think there was one turnover piece. It's a smoothly played game, and Aniston got down to the 8-yard line. Or they were on the 18 with about 15 seconds left. Sandlin, the quarterback, Cam Sandlin, ran 10 yards to the 8 and got tackled. I don't know who tackled him. You said you thought that Mitchell tackled.
It was LaMichael. Yeah, I heard. I went back and listened to the game on the Dwayne and Chad, and they do a great job at Warrior Network. It's fun to listen to them call the game, and their kids are playing.
Yeah,
so,
Jack played good.
So they try not to be too, they try to, and they do a good job calling the game. And you actually got on the air.
Yeah, I had their stat guy had some trouble.
Kevin said their computer stuff went down. They lost their format for stats. So
I was just doing them just from watching I wasn't putting it in a computer, so I got to share that with them. But got down to the 8 and there's 6 seconds left, and they didn't have time to run another play.
Yeah, just run out of time.
He didn't get the first, so they just run out of time.
Starting backwards, I went to Coosa and covered the Trojans travel to Coosa to play the Conquerors. Coach O'Brien and field looked good. Everything was set up and ready. Got there a little early. Got to see Coach O'Brien, talk to him a little bit. I really enjoyed talking to him. He's a great guy.
Yeah,
and he is. And he's working with a lot of young guys down there, and he's trying to get all the attitudes and their different. It's just different kids, and and when he gets it all put together, and they're better. Hey, I'm gonna tell you,
they are.
I mean, used to better. Guys, if y'all keep up with football around here in this area for a long time, it was a definite win. You go to Coosa Christian. I know last time we went
more
down there,
you was gonna win.
Marcus was playing, and it was 40-0, or it was just a win. It wasn't even a.
I remember one year 69-26.
It wasn't even a chance. They had it, but now, they have a chance.
Yes.
Yes.
They've improved a ton.
Yeah.
Got some good players in there.
As time goes on, and then moving backwards from where you're talking about run out of time, Coosa had time there to maybe score to try to win the game, to get back ahead. It wound up being 20-17. Gilesville wins the game. And they both turned the ball over a lot. But overall, I think Brian had a good game plan. And he's just going to go out there and he's going to put 3 or 4 guys in the backfield, and they're just going to be happy with 4 yards of play.
Oh, I know. Well, that's like you took pictures at the game, but Corey Colbert sent me the stats. Now listen to this spread around.
Yeah.
97 yards for Higgins.
Keelan ripped off a few good catches, and he tore the game open for him down there at the end of the game.
81 for Reynolds and Gordon, 31 for Penny, and the quarterback threw for 94. So talk about spreading it around. Every one of them ran it 7 times or more. So like you said.
And Tanner throwing the ball, he throwed it.
But 7 times?
7 times. And first play, they got down there to score. They was driving, and they throws it over in the corner, and one of the boys dropped it. Boy, I felt terrible. And they get the ball back, and they get down there again. They fumble about the 5. I was like, man, good gracious, what is?
Yeah, I heard they fumbled on about 5.
What is going on? I told Alan Hartline. Alan was there. If he's watching, man, Corey, y'all got to get prayed up. Something, you're just having some bad luck.
Yeah, right.
And Kusa just kept getting the ball back, and Skaggs, quarterback, he'd run around and throw the ball down the field some and try to make plays. They're good up front, and the little tailback, man, Woods.
He's pretty awesome.
Wow, he's just really fun to watch. He's just like a little hiccup out there.
Gillsville, did they contain him pretty well?
Well, first play of the game for them, they tall sweep about like Whitesburg did. He'd take it to the house.
Really?
Yeah.
And then they adjusted as the game went.
Yes. Their defensive coach,
Corey Head.
Coach Head, I have to give him another hats off again this week. Man, I told him, I said, man, he adjusts as quick as anybody.
Yeah.
The Whitesburg game, same thing happened. He adjusts, he flips him around 180, boom, they go back out there.
Well, when I saw that guy run that sweep against for Whitesburg that night, I'm like, my gosh, they're done.
Yeah,
they'll never slow. And that bunch never done nothing the rest of the night, really.
Yeah, he adjusted. Hats off to them.
Same thing this week.
Yeah, coach and crew, the four-headed monster over at Gillsville. They're going to be tough to play in this region. Now, there's still more games to play. I talked to a few of the Tiger players I seen out here in town last night. They're excited about the win against Summerton, which will lead us into that game. But good job, Coach Knapp. And I'll give you a quote from him after the game. What was his takeaways from the game? Just a quick note. He was very proud of how they faced adversity and they pushed back, because a lot of times when they get in an adverse situation, the kids will kind of get their head down. Well, we're down, we're behind. We'll never do it. Hey, they just keep on trucking and tugging right along.
That's twice this year.
That matters. That's building confidence for that team.
Right.
And it was a great game to be at. And over at Center, you had a great game.
460 the night we win, 380 the other night, 380 against Appalachian. I think they turned the ball over a lot against Raglan, which Raglan's a very good team.
Yeah, they're good.
And these teams aren't bad. Coosa Christian's not a bad football team.
No.
Whitesburg's not a bad football team. So they're just putting up some very good yards. Hold on, we got yes. Okay. But I'm proud of them and proud of the job they're doing.
Oh, you come back in. Oh, you going back out.
Hold on here, guys.
Dog's coming in and out, but that's okay. It's a great win for Gillsville and the school. They're rolling right along. And what I was getting to, I seen some of the players the other night, and I told Cedar Bluff, now y'all still got Woodville. They still got Appalachian. There's more region games left to be played out there, but this kind of looks like it could. By Cedar Bluff beating Summerton and Gillsville beating Coosa, kind of where they're at. Cedar Bluff's already beat Valley Head. Gillsville will travel to Valley Head this weekend. I think you're going to be out there with the Trojans at Valley Head.
Over there Friday.
I'll be at Sandrock. They got Southeastern. I'll be out there with Coach Heath.
Well, it's not that we don't like to travel together, but we can just do more.
Yeah. And when he's off, he ain't calling a game at Cedar Bluff. And I'm not tied to Cedar Bluff like last year. I had Marcus played, so now I can float around. So
it worked out good this week because we got first-hand experience of ball games. But
this may line up the thing for Cedar Bluff and Gillsville may play for the region, possibly.
I think I was telling you, and outside of Woodville and Appalachian, I think this region's completely up for grabs. I don't know who you would put first. You got Cedar Bluff, Valley Head, Hillsville, Coosa Christian, and Summerton. Any of those, to me, they're all pretty close.
Yeah.
And Valley Head's not bad.
They're down.
Down a little bit. They lost a lot.
They did. We'll say too now. Our other, the games that we were not at, they were traveling. Garden was at home. They played Locust Fork. They win 48-19. Dean's got some stats from that. You can go ahead if you want to share some stuff from Spring Garden. Coach Howard.
Wait just a second here, guys.
They're still rolling right along. We really look good for them to be. They're major contenders again, for their region. Spring Garden is. They're not sneaking up on anybody like before. People know what they got.
I'm anxious to see them and
Sandrock.
Sandrock and them in Hoax Bluff.
Yeah, I am too.
Them in Hoax Bluff. Again, Chaz Pope, 10 carries, 141 yards. Floyd, 9 carries, 104. They did again, rushed for over 300 again. Passing, they didn't.
It throwed a whole lot.
Of course, Cooper had 89, 102.
That's all.
Yeah,
nearly
that's
100 yards.
125, so another 450 yards for them. That's 3 straight games. Spring Garden.
This offense of Coach Howard and the guys is just more. Man, I mean, it's hard. You can't say better than last year. I mean, what a run they made last year, but they're just electric.
Well, I mean,
they're putting up a lot of yards.
Hope's already got 700 or 800 yards of offense.
Yeah,
in 3 ball games.
They're going to be hard to handle.
Yeah, I would agree 100%. I don't know. Like I said, I'm anxious to see them play Hope's Bluff, and I think Cleveland's apparently pretty good.
Yeah, they got romped pretty bad like Friday.
Who did they get beat by?
I'll get to it.
Oh, okay. You'll get to that in a minute.
60. They beat West End 65-21. So about the same as Garden had beat them.
Garden.
Yeah. So
I know Cleveland's scoring a lot of points.
Yeah.
But that Spring Garden defense is tough.
They are tough. So I don't. Yeah. We look for. We favored Spring Garden for that game.
Yeah, I think that region.
They got to go to Cleveland. That'll help a little,
That'll help Cleveland a little bit. Well, yeah, but I don't know. I mean, Spring Garden's won 26 of the last 29 games, and they've got beat on the last
Hope's Bluff and then Mars Hill.
Hope's Bluff, Mars Hill, and Cedar Bluff beat them the first game of the year on the last play of the game.
Yeah, Marcus pushed him in. I remember that.
Last play of the game.
Yeah,
so that's their 3 losses. State champion.
Yeah.
A school that was a 4A for years.
Yeah.
And last play.
And they were down players when they played, Hope's Bluff.
Yes, they were. They played them very valiantly.
Landon and Cooper didn't play.
Yeah, Pope didn't play.
Yeah.
Landon and Goins did not play.
So, we look forward to the rest of the season for the Panthers it'll be our turn to get back out there. We were out there a few weeks ago. We'll get back out there and be covering them again week after, I think.
Right.
Because it's the Hope's Bluff game. So we'll definitely be at that one.
I'm looking forward to that one.
Sandrock handles business to Pearl Gaston Bulldogs, man.
What was that final?
55-13.
Gaston's struggling right
They
now.
are.
I hate that, too.
They're trying to put stuff together. Ace was 5 for 8, throw for 101. Cornejo 190, Haygood 93, and True Graham 30. Olin Pruitt had 8 yards rushing, and he also had 51 yards receiving on a catch. And Cornejo caught 35, and Crider caught for 15. And Crider also had 7.5 tackles solos. Haygood 7 tackles. Cornejo 5 tackles. Turner 4. OP 4. Graham had 4, and our big guy Bradley Jackson had 3 or 4 tackles too.
That's basketball coach's nephew.
Bradley, yes, right. And I watched him work out this summer, and I respect that. He's a big guy like me.
He's huge.
Yeah. He gets after it.
Yeah,
he does a good job.
They've got a good team, and I don't think it's not running dry there. I hear their middle school team's great.
Yeah, Coach Jackaway. Yeah. And I went over there one day, and their JV team. Numbers wise, as big as ours. I mean, they just got kids out there.
Well, there's not too many middle school programs that have a coach that's won over 200 games.
Well, that also helps a lot too.
That helps.
They passed for. Let's see, game summaries.
You said he was through for 101.
Yes. Didn't have. I don't think they had any turnovers. Had a couple penalties and stuff like that, but that was kind of about it with them. They play another good game, and this week, who they got this week?
Southeastern.
They'll be. We'll be out there. You'll be at Valley Head. So
Center plays White Plains.
That 2A region is just going strap right up to be.
Who does Spring Garden have this week?
Cleveland. Maybe.
Is it Cleveland this week, Mark? And where at? That might be the game.
It's at. They play them at Cleveland.
Oh, they play at Cleveland.
It's at Cleveland.
Okay.
I would definitely be there.
Yeah,
but
that's
it's
a
at
long
Cleveland.
way. I don't even know how to get to Cleveland. I don't. Anybody know how to get to Cleveland? I know it's over close to Aniana, but I don't know where.
So that 2A region is mashing up good. And again, another 2 teams from our area here. Now we're batting 1,000. All our schools won again this week.
Yeah. Cedar Bluff upset Summerton.
Yeah, so we'll get into that. I got some notes here from Coach Beckett. I think this was highlights from
from the ball game. That was a
think it
big
was-
win on the road,
I think I just turned it.
especially after last
Yeah,
year.
just done it again.
Overtime.
Cedar Bluff at Summerton, Malachi Hogue. I think you got all the stats for it. I think these may. Jacob Burleson, he was exhausted the game. This was notes back from the Valley Head game.
Okay, you mean
He had a great run late in the game. This is from last week. Bucky had 84 receiving and an interception. Eli really stepped up big time. He said to replace Austin Richardson. Looked a lot more. He's looking more convincing as times went on through the summer. Offensive line, Kennard, Stallings, and Wheeler played very physical. They were just manhandled the week before, which I was talking about.
Right.
They played.
Well, the stats for this week, Cedar Bluff had 243 total. Bert Preston led the way with 53. Jacob had 48. Jacob threw for 75. Bucky leaked 38. Had an 80-yard kick return to start the second half, which ended up being the difference in the game.
Yeah.
And here's an interesting stat.
Defensive Player of the Year. We got to get him a steak dinner or something. He had Austin Richardson.
How many? Tell him, man.
He had 3 picks.
3 picks. I don't know if anybody, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, people.
Now,
has anybody ever had 3 picks that played for the Tigers in a ball game?
I've known him since he was born, basically. Always around the church when we run when we run the youth. He was always there on Wednesdays, played basketball with Marcus would be there and Samuel and everybody, and the twins would come play. Bucky and Nombre was always there and stuff. Austin was always there and around. He's a good kid. Usually have a whole lot to say. And he's just 5 foot something and weighs 100 and something barely.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's not very big.
guys, but he is quick.
Yes, 3 interceptions.
He's just quick. He reacts to the ball. It's game speed fast. Does that make sense?
Right. If anybody's watching and said 3 picks in the game, let us know. 3.
He just cornered the ball and he's watching off their hand. And obviously, Coach Beckett said that he studies film just as much as anybody, or
Right.
he studies. He's ready. He's prepared. He's watching formations, how they're lined up, and obviously it's working out for him.
Well, I mean, like I said, 3 interceptions. The most I've ever heard of around here was a boy who played for Gaston back in the early 90s, had 4. I remember Jacob Burleson intercepting a couple. Back when I was a kid, I remember Eric Horton intercepting a couple.
Have maybe 2 or 3 in a game.
And this is a rabbit hole here, but I heard that Allen Iverson had 5 in one game.
Well, it's Allen Iverson.
But let's,
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Your daddy says he had 3 against Valley Head in 71.
Wow, there you go.
Right, there we go.
There's
Doug
Pops.
McKinney.
He had a
That's a lot of picks. That's a lot. It's not been done much.
yeah. Well, and to size wise, I don't know what my daddy looked like when he was that age, but just knowing and seeing pictures of him, there ain't a whole lot of difference between probably him and Austin.
Right.
I mean, just a little wiry guy, it's just fast. So, congratulations, Austin.
Yeah, that's great. That's a great
Yeah, you're
accomplishment.
it is, and we got to get you something, man. Maybe
A lot of people
man,
don't.
at least a Tootsie Roll or something. I got to get him something out
Don't
there.
intercept 3 passes in a year.
And it's just, and I keep going back to this, and he don't. I mean, if it was, some tall, kid that's played a lot of football, you think, well, that's about right. That's what you think. But Austin, he just little normal kid, and he just like the kid at Gelsel that night picked that one for Whitesburg.
First start, he started against Spring Garden. Did not even play last week against Valley Head.
No,
And
there's a kid at Gelsel.
that Almond, Hunter Almond,
Hunter
small
Almond,
kid.
same thing.
In the end zone.
Pumped up,
Yeah.
spiked the ball. I love
Yeah,
it.
they threw a penalty.
They should have done that. We can't do that, man. But that's the same
I
thing.
thought Thomas, he goes, we got to throw that.
Just little country kids out there just getting after it. 3 picks.
3 picks in one ball game.
It's amazing. And Bucky
Yes.
led the way. He charged for the team and
80-yard kick return.
scored their touchdowns. And
I'll be honest with you, and this is not a knock against Cedar Bluff or anybody else. I haven't seen a lot of kick returns in a while for touchdowns. And, when I played, I think Joey McElroy had 2. I think Devlin had some punts running back. Tim Gray's run a punt back. But, those are big. And
it's kind of
you
sprung.
just don't see it much.
It sprung the game for Cedar Bluff.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Bucky charged the way. And if anybody knows Alexander Leak, he's a spark. He just will not go down. If you got him by the foot, he's going to get loose. You better grab him because he'll spin around and get loose from you, and he'll be going down the field. So, and we picked Summerton to be probably win that region last at the end of last year's by thinking of what they had coming back. So, and so they'll have to go on the road, new coaching staff. That's a big win. They win, what was it, 21-14?
21-14. I thought that Summerton was
we did too.
slow of foot. I thought they were going to be good, but I didn't think they were very fast.
They tackle well.
Right.
They didn't miss any tackles last year. I mean, I was there on the sideline watching the game. And
No, they do things well, but they were not fast.
Tough running back. Now, he left them. He was a senior. He was a load to bring down. Marcus said he was hard to tackle.
Mm-hmm.
But to go on the road, Coach Beckett and Coach Little and Coach Matlock and Coach Crane he's still out with a child.
Right.
Him and his wife had a baby. Hope everything's going well. Coach Crane, I think it is. I've heard everything's good. So God bless them. And that's a big win for them.
Big win for them and Gills. Well, it's not easy to win on the road.
Yeah.
It's not easy, especially when you travel 2 hours. And Gills will travel for nearly an hour.
Especially when you're going in thinking it's no knock against them because everybody already knew they were probably not picked to win those games. You travel.
Right.
We thought,
they were not.
We thought, well, they're going to be close. I couldn't pick a winner because I knew it'd be very even, which the scores turned out to represent that very well. But the coaches all did a great job.
They did. We're proud. That's 2 weeks in a row everybody in the county's won.
How about that, Dean?
They might do that 10 straight. Well, we don't want to do it 10 straight weeks because everybody plays everybody.
Sandrock's going to lock up, and on in October, Cedar Bluff and Gillsville will lock up. So
right. When does Spring and Sandrock and Cedar Bluff lock up?
At the end of the year, last game at Cedar Bluff.
Right.
Yeah.
When did you say Spring Garden and Sandrock?
15th October.
15th October. Okay, so about a month away from that. You got some other scores around?
High school
scores.
1A stuff, guys. We'll go through this, and then we're going to get our player of the week. So if you want to know who our player of the week is, listen to these scores here. Again, we thank our sponsors for helping us out. It helps us travel to games. It helps get shirts and food cards and stuff for the players, and we appreciate them for all they do.
Was you able to get with Mitchell this week?
Yep.
LaMichael?
Yeah, I did. Got him a shirt and stuff.
Kid.
I even got to go back to Gales and give Michael a shirt because I didn't have them when he won it, so I got to get out there and give him a shirt.
Hey, that center's got a good running game. I mean, you got Ramsey with 114.
Yeah.
Gresham with 146, and Mitchell ended up having 35 besides that.
And they all play defense, too.
Yeah. Yes, they do.
Plus, the other guys are playing defense.
And Grisham and Mitchell play a lot. I think Ramsey's gotten to where he's not playing this much.
Walker Mason, I heard his name called a few times. Jack's name's was called several times.
Jack played real well.
And a lot of those teams, if you go look at Center's team and look at their senior list, boy, and then you know some of these young kids they got coming up there. I've seen it practice. I'm telling you, they're going to be good, man, for a while.
2 ninth graders, the Arbor, and there's a Diamond 9th or 10th grade out there. Arbor, or is it Harbor? I don't know. He was in on a ton of tackles.
I'm telling you, man. Coach Kelly's got a good coaching crew out there. Right. He's got a lot of good help.
Decker, Caleb Hayes, of course, Brad Weaver.
Yeah.
And one more thing about that, prayers for Caleb Ransom.
Oh, I know.
During the game.
What was the?
I don't know what the prognosis is. If anybody knows, please.
He hurt his back. Supposedly, this is what we heard. But he was released, and he's better. He's okay. He's better.
He's going to be back.
I don't know now.
Saw him make some good plays before he went out.
He may not play this week. I mean, it's a back injury. You just want to be careful because it ain't worth that.
Well, it looked pretty bad at first, but I saw where his dad posted some stuff.
Yeah.
That God showed out and the people did. So I assume that means he got good news.
And thankfully he's big.
Yeah, he is big.
He was big when he was.
And it is Caleb, right?
12.
What's the oldest one?
No, that's Caleb's the oldest one.
Oh, okay. Well, what's Landon.
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's big. So him being a big, strong kid, he's got a strong back. Having an injury, it helps him working out. And it helps his back and stuff.
Yeah, they're strong. Center's strong.
They're going to have a good team for a few years. Baseball, I won't get into that. They're going to be great next year.
When 2 guys hit somebody at the 30 and they bring him down by the 38, he's been in the weight room.
Oh, yeah. Damien's much improved this year. I'm very, very proud of him this year. We'll move into just some 1A scores, just a few teams that we may lock up with later. So, guys,
Right.
1A stuff. Pickens County 42-12 over Marion County. We've covered those
We went
games
to that
before.
one time.
That's a rival. That's a big time football
It was a
game.
good game when we went.
Ragland 22-21 over Woodland.
Wow.
Valley Head 46-8 over Woodville, and then R.A. Hubbard, Old Cortland team, beats Hackleburg 20-8.
R.A. Hubbard, Old Cortland. I don't
Yeah.
think they're.
Robbed us of a state championship, Cedar Bluff, and some old teams.
Oh gosh, yeah, they were good though.
Cheaters. 2A BB Comer 50, Lafayette 25.
Gosh.
We mentioned Cleveland earlier, 65-21 over West End. Lynette 54-21 over Fayetteville. Mars Hill rolls up Hatton, Hatton,
Big school.
60-12.
No, I'm thinking Hayden. Hatton's not.
North Sand Mountain 42-34 over Section. That's a good game.
Wow.
Ramburn 42, Randolph County 0. And then Sandrock, of course, 55-13. Spring Garden 48-19. And another mention for the area around here, Eider loses to Tanner 20-17.
17.
So
Sounds
that,
like that was a good game.
yes.
Sounds like Namath was right. BB Comer's pretty good.
Yeah.
He told us that night.
Yeah, he keeps up with that. He knows kids and sees what's going on.
When I was in school, they were good.
Yeah.
And
They
they
took a
hadn't
bad
been in
dive
a
for a
long
while.
time. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they had a guy start for Alabama back in the early 90s.
Yeah.
I mean, I just hadn't heard nothing out of them in years.
They're back on the rise again.
Right.
3A, number 1 in 3A, 5. As a scare, and we'll talk about that a little bit. 16-13, they beat Sylvania. At the end of the game, a pass is knocked down, deflected by one of the corners, maybe Anderson or somebody knocks it down for 5 to seal the victory.
Wow, I was shocked by
For
that.
Coach Benefield to stay undefeated, he's at
48.
48.
And 81 of the last 83 regular season.
But when you go back, guys, if you want to go back into Max Preps, go back and look at 5's schedule last year when they won 3A. Sylvania plays them good every year.
They seem to. I mean, 16. I was shocked to hear that. Sylvania must be pretty good, which Coach Sexton from Oaks Bluff said, well, I can tell you Sylvania's good because they played Sax very well. And you know Sax is pretty good.
Now, what if they'd have won that game? That would have been.
Oh, that's a bleacher tearing, goalpost tearing,
That would have been huge. And
burning cars type stuff there, isn't it?
yeah, Coach, and we had a comment on me and Joey and Tony was talking about Friday night about, well, what if, because we'll get into that 7A, what if Gadsden City would have upset Hoover? That would have been a bigger win for Gadsden City than Sylvania beating Fife. I don't agree because of the championships and the value of the coaching. We're talking about Paul Benefield. He's a state Hall of Fame coach. And nothing against Coach Niblett at Hoover, and yes, they are nationally known for name, but being nationally known for name does not make your program any more better than the other program.
Well, there's no doubt. I mean, with them having the second longest active winning streak in the country, nothing's going to be bigger than beating Fife right now.
Right, yeah, there's no way. So even though if somebody in Florida would think, well, Hoover lost to Gadsden City, well, when you look up on the national rating list, Coach Benefield's name's on there.
Right.
And if he takes a loss, that's bigger than Gadsden City beating Hoover.
315 and 53, that's that record now. But just because they've won 48 straight, like I said, you know, you talking about burning cars and town, and the cops are probably going to be celebrating with you.
Yeah, they got possums on sticks up there on pitchforks. And just, this is terrible. We got a bad call.
Sylvania, can you imagine? I mean, that would have. Which I like Fife. So
Yeah,
I don't
absolutely.
really want to see them get beat. But let me go on and tell you, whoever beats them local, it's going to be the toast of the town for a while.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that sure will be. They'll get free burgers and milkshakes for a while at their local restaurant. Number 2 in that 3A, Dean, Piedmont just did what we thought would happen. They played Glencoe, 56-0. Collinsville over Brindley Mountain, 44-6. Geraldine, 39-0 over Stardust. Montgomery Catholic, 45-6 over Reeltown. That was
Montgomery Catholic is actually Piedmont. Montgomery Catholic. Who's number 1?
5.
Okay.
By HSA,
what's Montgomery Catholic? 2.
3A. They're 3A.
I mean, they're number 2.
Maybe, yeah.
I think them and Piedmont and 5. Yeah, they're
Piedmont's 2.
Piedmont. Okay, Montgomery Catholic.
Now, these rankings were AHSA when I pulled off the database as of like a day or 2 ago. Hatchie over Hokes Bluff, Dean. 34-7. Sacks 34-25 over Walter Welber. And that was kind of
Walter Welber.
Yeah, I know that.
I thought played them well.
Oatman loses to Winfield 34-14. That's kind of your 3A stuff around here.
I talked to Sexton. He said they had a tough time with Enos.
Who don't?
Hatchie.
I mean,
we were talking about
play.
he don't look the part. You know, he's tall, skinny.
Thin. He just gets after
and
it.
He said
He's just
can't do nothing with it.
I mean, Rao.
Oh yeah.
It's that. I mean, it's that.
Yeah.
He's just athletic, fast, twitchy, make plays, good judgment with the ball.
Eli Enos, if anybody's interested. Hatchie, quarterback.
Yeah, they had a hair contest. Bo, if he was watching at average, Jack, stick up, quit. They had a hair contest down there at Average Joe's, and when I first went down there and started meeting them, and he'd let his hair grow out.
Oh yeah, he got a fro.
Yeah, he let it grow out, and he would comb it out and stuff, and it was pretty cool. The kids had fun with that hair.
Plays safety too.
Hair
He's
contest.
Good player.
Yeah, a real humble kid. Don't say a whole lot, So Hatchie's rolling right along. So you can mark it, guys. It's going to be a lot like last year. You might as well circle Fife, Hatchie, Piedmont, and Sachs. That's probably.
Well, we'll find out a lot this week. Mark Wells just said that Hatchie and Sachs play this week.
So
we'll find
that'll
out a lot right there.
We'll cancel some of that out there.
Yeah.
4A, Score Center 21-20. Big win over there at the field for them. Beat number 7 Anniston. Etowah over Fultondale 49-22. Fayette County, Dean, 48-0 over Curry. They set the AHSAA record for 700th win to pass T.R. Miller.
Wow.
700 wins for Fayette County.
Where is that guy?
You heard it here first. That's why you hit the subscribe.
Where's Fayette County? I think it's over close to Jasper. I may be wrong.
Fayette County, I don't know. Jacksonville beats White Plains 48-7, and
Jacksonville's playing good. Jacksonville's got a good football team. They nearly beat Anniston.
Yeah,
it's a tough region. You got Munford. You got Cleburne County coming on.
Hanley and that group.
Hanley.
Well, I'm sorry.
That's just. I mean, I feel bad for anybody
Hanley's
in.
4A.
Huh?
Hanley's 4A.
Yeah, this is that. We're
oh, you're talking about
Yeah, they're
Jacksonville Center. And yeah. I'm sorry, I was thinking. But even when you look back at when I was writing these down last night for 3A, I'm looking at these teams and I'm like, man, whoever gets out of this,
oh, I know.
You have to be state champs if you battle through that gauntlet. And 4A is shaping up to be that way too. 5A will share Alexandria 50-7 over St. Clair County. Boaz beats West Point 49-7.
I think Boaz is back a little bit.
They have. I think they won last
Boaz,
week too.
Anybody knows for sure. Boaz seems a lot better than they've been the last few years.
Number 4 ranked team Leeds wins 33-19 over Moody. I thought Moody would keep it closer than that. Gunners will 58-0 over Crossville. Crossville just don't have no business playing 5A.
No,
they're a 3A football team playing in 5A.
I know, it's terrible.
Cleveland County 47-20 over Munford. I thought Munford would maybe keep it closer. Central Clay 42-14 over Elmore County.
Central Clay 42-14
over Elmore. And Elmore County's always, when you go playoffs and look, they're usually second round teams always. Elmore County, they have some guys.
Yeah, that's a different level of ball down there in Clay Central. I mean, Coach Short, you're watching on here from Cleveland County. Clay County's just another level.
They got guys they just come out up there and just go get after it and just run touchdowns.
And Bullen told me one time, he lives close there. He said, man, they hit. He goes, they hit. I mean, it ain't no softness whatsoever at any point in time when Clay County plays football.
It's 5A football. Your practice team is probably harder than a lot of teams are playing. Coach Short could probably testify to that.
Okay. Yes.
6A Arab, 35-0 over Scottsboro. Briarwood Christian 42-21 over Woodlawn. Your number 2 Clay Chalkville, 46-0 over Gardendale. Fort Payne squeaks one out against Springville, 27-14. Number 3 Pinson Valley 49-25 over Minor. I thought Minor would play it a little closer than that. Pinson Valley, of course, just run away. I didn't think that Minor would beat them, but
right, you thought it'd be close.
I thought they matched up well, line to line up there in the trenches. Southside beats Oxford. Hey, check this out, 35-17. And that ain't happened.
Team of the week.
That ain't happened in a while.
No, not a long time.
And we'll finish this out before we move to our player of the week. 7A Auburn, of course, wins again, 49-13 over Dothan. And number 2 in the country and number 1 in the Hearts, Hoover beats Gadsden City 44-17. The game was 17-14 at the half. Gadsden City's up. I'm checking scores. I'm thinking, man.
Wow.
Me and Bo were talking. I was like, man, we may run across the road there and go in over there. As I was coming into Coosa Christian at like 6:30, Hoover's buses were showing up.
Really?
They were late.
Wow.
So they just...
What was the final on that?
44-17.
Thompson win again?
Thompson 49-3 over Spain Park. Abbeville 11, I think that's right, lost to Florence 38-11. And Oakman wins 24-14 over Vestavia Hills.
And that will make Tyler Crane 4-0.
Write that down. Number 9, Oak Mountain. 4-0.
4-0. Cedar Bluff guy.
Coach Crane, good job, buddy. We're proud of him.
Good job. 4-0.
He's hanging in there and doing a good job, buddy.
And Thompson has now scored 227 points and give up 3. Might be time for them to go over and play in Georgia. I don't know. I mean, what do you do? What do you do? How do you even get the kids up to play? They've won 68-0, 55-0, 55-0, and 49-3.
All right, we got a football game. It'd be like Cortland back in the day when we'd roll up at Cortland. Kid comes up, smokes a cigarette. Hey, could you tell me we want to come out here and warm up? Could we come warm up? It's the janitor. No, he was a player. He had a beard and smoking a cigarette.
Mark Welch says Hoover is not number 1 in his heart. I think he was just being funny.
I was.
We don't. We're not big. I don't have nothing against Hoover.
No,
I'd love to see Gadsden City beat.
Yeah, absolutely. We support our local guys.
I mean, Hoover's been going on now for
years
how long?
and years
20?
and years. Yeah.
Kind of like Calhoun, Piedmont, Fife. I mean, this has been going on for a long time.
Yeah, since Probst was
Calhoun,
when they did
Georgia.
the MTV show. Probst was out there.
Oh, that's in the early 2000s.
Yeah, 01. It's before Marcus was born.
Wow.
Well, without further ado, we gotta get to our player of the week. We try to give it to the first of the year. We try to give each school a player of the week, and if they win, we have to win to get a player of the week.
Yes,
we don't give it to a losing team.
Yeah.
And this week
it's for about 700 and lose.
Yeah, we may make an exception on that. Last week I talked with the boys and we literally flipped a coin between Damien and LaMichael. It was literally just tails, LaMichael. Heads, Damien could have won. They were both showed out, and Damien winds up winning Player of the Week QSB, so everything worked out.
Good.
They both got rewarded for having a great week, and they had another good game this week.
Yeah.
The Spring Garden guys, so it's just Spring Garden and Cedar Bluff, only ones left.
Right.
To award to.
Mm-hmm.
And with the Tigers going on the road and beating last year's assumed to be region champs,
right.
we picked the player from the team there. So, Dean, who we got this week?
Alexander Bucky Leak.
Hey, congratulations, Bucky. Very proud of you. He did a great job.
73 yards and an 80-yard kickoff return on top of that.
Yeah. Big Diamond Player of the Week. So
yeah. I mean, kept them in the driver's seat. Actually, I mean, they're 2-0 in the region now. So
yeah.
They're in, then in Gainesville are in first, tied for first.
Yeah.
Right now. So, I mean, you got to give it to him. And
Alexander Leak, I'll probably try to get out there tomorrow before. I'll probably get out there tomorrow, his shirt and his card and stuff after work. I'll run out there.
We had a tough time this week. You had Richard with the 3 interceptions. Man. You got Pope with 140 yards. 250 yards offense.
Damien's running over people. Pope's tearing up people. Cooper's got 100 yards near receiving.
Gresham 146
So
yards.
trust me, guys, we see what everybody's doing. It's hard to
We try to spread it around.
Yeah, but these first, we try to give each school, and then we'll kind of go back and start over.
Right, start over. And it may come down to a thing if somebody's just dominating, they just keep winning it.
Because last year, we talked about this, and we talked about with Mark at a baseball game. We nearly could have given it to Luke about every week.
Yeah,
it could have been him or Damien. I mean, they were just destroying people.
yeah, we could have. And, there's a lot of good players in the county. And it's hard to spread the love completely.
Yeah, and when they all win for 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
So, again, congratulations to Bucky Leak, guys. We appreciate it. We love you, Bucky. Keep working hard. Y'all got a big game this weekend. Tigers are going to be going to Trine. Is that right?
Yes.
To play Trine.
Yes, Trine.
I'm
Tough game. Trine 3-0. That's just a tough game.
We can't get any. Nobody can get hurt. Nobody can get hurt. Mm-hmm. And then they come back, and then they're going to have North Sand Mountain.
Right.
Another non-region game. So
well, playing Trine would be like going up and playing Gunnersville.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's about, yeah, you're right.
They're a little bigger than Center.
Yeah. Probably.
But admirable to go up and play them. But
500 more
they're
kids.
Very good.
You think high school wide it's 500 more?
I think they've got 400 high school. It may be it may be the size of Center. But, they beat Center in a preseason game.
Yeah.
But that'd be a tough out. But Spring Garden, they've got a tough game this week. Cleveland,
Yeah.
Say Sandrock Southeastern.
Yeah, that's going to be that's going to help for that region.
I do think Spring Garden will win. I can't say
I do.
that.
I agree. I'll go ahead and say this, and Coach Howard, mute this part for the players this week.
Mm-hmm.
I'll pick it. I think Spring Garden wins by 20. Mm-hmm. I'm just going to lay it out there. It's our show. We can pick it, and somebody can say, "Them idiots picked Spring Garden by 20. Now they won by 7." I think Spring Garden wins big on that game.
I'm going to give Gillsville the nod over Valley Head.
I say they win that by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah. Which I don't think Valley Head's a bad team at all. And if you screw up a lot, they can beat you.
The Brown kid, is that right?
They got a Brown, Ashton Brown, and a Bain.
Yeah,
they're good.
Well, they bounce the ball out.
Yeah.
They'll tear up the sideline on you in a second. Well, that'll do it for our local stuff. Y'all hang around with us, and we're going to jump in here in the college.
Go college ball.
Just a minute. We'll
give us 1 minute.
Yeah, we're going to switch over the gears and switch the podcast over, and we'll be right back. Let's see here. Yep, we'll be right back. Hang on.